Hey, how's it going? You probably didn't know that recently Blizzard had released a hotfix for Diablo 4. What's interesting the most is that this had fixed some bugs, probably nerfed some stuff with elites inside dungeons, and a little bit more, so let's just dive right into it. Hotfix 8 June 11th, 2023, 1.0.2. You can tell right here at the top when it comes down to bug fixes, we go towards the boss section. It says that they fixed an issue with the curator in the capstone dungeon that would typically disappear, and that would happen. So if we continue downwards, there's some other stuff here towards PvP, and then right towards the main adjustments right here towards dungeons. Further adjustments to elite monster rates in dungeons. Most likely they have nerfed it to an extent, which means that you probably won't see as many elites as you did before, which is not a big deal, because the method that I'm showing you today is going to help you quite a lot, including the glitch. So hopefully you'll stick around, and if so, make sure that you are subscribed, turn those notifications on, and let's just get into this video. First and foremost, this is going to seem obvious enough, yet what I recommend is that you pick up some elixir from the nearest potion vendor. We are doing this to gain XP benefits. For example, weak potions give you a 3% benefit, while the stronger potions lend you a 5% buff towards XP. Now, whichever one you choose, make sure that you have one that does help out with some sort of resistance or possibly will give you more armor. Just examples of what you can use. Also, something that I did not mention in the previous patch notes that just kind of popped up in my head, there is no ban wave. I saw something earlier like that. If it's something that's due to exploits, it's definitely, you're not going to get banned for using any of the exploits that I did show you like 2 days ago, and even in today's video I'm going to show you something. So with that being said, let's head over towards this destination on the bottom portion of the map. Now, what's interesting enough is that this is a Hungarian name that actually translates to "you win," because to be fair here, I honestly did not know how to pronounce that. Yet regardless, with that information to the side, we then want to progress towards the left side of the map here. So exit out of the town and then head towards this specific dungeon. And no, what I'm showing you right here is not the exploit. We are just going to go over this dungeon specifically because it's one of the best dungeons, honestly, in my opinion now, because I've been changing it ever so slightly because I thought one dungeon was better than the other, and well, it appears that I am wrong again, because this one right here is quite amazing. And when you are heading over towards this dungeon, you're going to see that there's going to be a bunch of enemies rushing towards you, and all you have to do is simply take them out. Especially if you're on World Tier 4, you're going to gain some of that extra XP. And what's great about this dungeon specifically is that I was able to level up one time with just using this method here. And this means I earned one Paragon, and if I were to do this a couple of times, like 5 more times, I would have completed a whole level easily within like 30 minutes, because it did not take me this long to clear this dungeon here. Also, something to take note of, make sure that you are using your elixirs, because you can then gain some extra XP. If you have some friends nearby, definitely invite them with you so you can then clear this dungeon together. Especially if they are on World Tier 4, it's going to boost up quite a lot. As you can tell on the bottom left, I'm leveling up pretty good here. And it takes just one dungeon run through. Of course, I could go down below or progress a little bit further into this dungeon, yet I feel that it is unnecessary because you're better off just exiting out and then going back in and rinse and repeating this. These enemies always pop up around this circle, and there is quite a lot. It can be sometimes insane to where they just kind of flood in and you feel like you're trapped, but if you have a good build, you should be able to survive. I enjoy freezing the enemies, and if you'd like to know how to create this build, check out yesterday's video, it's still up. Continuing on, you can tell on the bottom left that I'm almost close to acquiring a Paragon point. This was just a few seconds later, and let's say that you want to rinse or repeat this without progressing further into the dungeon. What you can do is simply open up the emote wheel if you do have the leave dungeon equipped to that slot, Then if you do not have that, you can simply go back to the menu or the map and leave the dungeon from there. And when you are outside of the dungeon, you want to tap T to teleport back to town, or if you're on console, it's D-pad down. And what we're going to do from there is just recycle some items, go back towards the teleporter, and you will see that it is reset. The dungeon is completely reset, and that's all you need to know, and just rinse and repeat everything that you've seen. So let's now talk about the Helltide's glitch, exploit, whatever you want to call it. It's mainly an exploit because you're taking advantage of the whole event resetting and gathering a bunch of these cinders. These steps are quite simple. What we want to do is find something like this event right here, where you either have to complete some waves, go around and free captives, or you may even need to destroy some sort of tower structure. Whatever that case may be, this is the type of event you want. I've tried it on other ones, yet I've been unsuccessful. What we're going to do once we have completed the whole entire event is to pick up our items, including the opals. Once we have those, we want to click T. This way we can teleport back to town. If you're on console, remember this is going to be D-pad down. We now want to go back into the teleporter once we have spawned back into town. With the power of editing, I'm going to make this snappy here, so it's just going to cut straight to the chase. We then want to wait for the load screen to pop up and then wait for it to go away. And there we go. You can tell that the event has been reset. You can go around, grab a bunch of cinder, XP, and all that good stuff. And again, just make sure that you are using your elixirs when you want, just to gather some more XP, have that resistance for damage, or maybe even apply more armor like I've mentioned previously. There's a lot of options when it comes down to grabbing XP. If you have some friends, that's going to be great as well, or if you're nearby some players, there's some benefits there as well. And this is pretty much it. There's 3 things that we talked about in today's video: the hotfix, a great farm, and an exploit for cinder that is pretty handy. So yeah, make sure that you grab a good amount of cinder, purchase some mystery chests out there, and by any means, if you have any questions, I will be answering them down below. Just ask anything that you want. It could be about this video or possibly a previous video. Just shoot it and I'll ask it. Thank you to everyone that is currently subscribed and is a member. Appreciate all the love and support from all of you. And if you're not subscribed, make sure that you are subscribed by clicking the red button, and make sure that you click the notified for all button by clicking on the bell icon there as well. Thank you to everyone, and I'll see you all in the next video.